Hello, my name is Sue,
And I'm Chuck.
and welcome to another episode of You Kill My Master. So today we are looking at a movie from Shaw Brothers from 1978, Lau Kar Leung directed, Heroes of the East, or better known in the West, Challenge of the Ninja. So what is Heroes of the East about? The movie is set in 1930s China. Gordon Liu, master killer, 36th Chamber of Shaolin himself, plays the son of a rich Chinese merchant who arranged a marriage for him with the daughter of a rich Japanese merchant. And initially, they were a little wary, but when they see each other, they do fall in love with each other. But
for a while.
yeah. But it just so happens that he is a kung fu martial arts enthusiast. And she's a Japanese martial arts enthusiast.
Yeah.
And they start bickering about who has better kung fu, Chinese kung fu versus Japanese martial arts. And he keeps criticizing her, like, your Japanese martial arts for a woman is unladylike. You should study Chinese kung fu. And they keep arguing and bickering to the point where she leaves him and goes back to Japan. He wants her back, so he writes a letter thinking if I challenge her, saying that Chinese kung fu is better than Japanese martial art, she'll come back and challenge me. But her sensei happens to be there when the letter arrives, and he reads it and he gets insulted. And he brings a whole bunch of Japanese martial artists to China to challenge him. So basically, it's about the different duels that Gordon Liu have with the different Japanese master. So Chuck, what did you think of the movie?
So the first part of the movie is really about Gordon Liu and his new wife, this new Japanese wife who's actually skilled in martial arts, as Sue said. And one thing about her is that she knows ninjutsu style. So she was taught in Japan by her master in the secret art of ninjutsu, which is, very, very esoteric and dark. And they use all these strange weapons, and they're clandestine. That's about that group. But anyway, like I was saying, the first part of the movie is between the bickering between the two of them, clashing heads. And as Sue said, she leaves, and she's upset. But actually, he wanted to bring her back. I don't know if it's just for face or whatever. But that letter was meant to just draw her back, and of course, it was taken seriously by the Japanese group that she trains with. The second part of the movie is the challenge. The challenges are great. They're all different types of weaponry or hand-to-hand combat, and it's just really a quick and dynamic and well filmed because of Lau Kar Leung as usual. So, in my opinion, this movie is actually very good. I mean, the husband and wife dynamic is a little bit overacting, I thought, but that's just the way. Maybe that's real life. I should know, but I don't really know. But in the end, it's a good movie. It holds together well, and neither side gets to look like they're better than the other one, because in the end, they recognize each other's strengths, and it works.
So I like this movie because, again, it's one of those movies where they didn't paint the Japanese as they're just evil. It's like they're still martial artists, and there's a certain amount of respect. So even when they come to challenge Gordon Liu, it's not like you have to fight all of us. No, to be fair, we will challenge you one a day so that you have time to rest. And he challenged them with different fighting arts, right? One is like karate, and Gordon Liu's like, how am I going to defeat karate because they're so powerful? So he finds a drunken master, kung fu, who happens to be Lau Kar Leung with a cameo, and he learns drunken fist from him to fight the karate master. I like it because they talk about, like, when they were bickering, the wife and husband, Chinese throwing knives, Japanese throwing knives, Chinese throwing spheres, shuriken, Chinese sword, Japanese sword. I like that they did that. And when they were fighting with the weapons, I'll be honest, I actually like the weapons fighting in this movie better than Legendary Weapons of China. Only because I thought Legendary Weapons of China was very, very choreographed. Here, I thought it was a little bit more free-flowing, especially like my favorite weapons part is the nunchaka and the tonfa versus the three-section staff. And the Japanese master with the sai versus twin butterfly knives. So I thought those fights were really, really good. Only one fight that I did not like was Lau Kar Leung is not an expert in judo, so
Mm.
he did not get judo. He just thinks, oh, it's just throw. But even with the judo, it wasn't so much like lowering the throws and
It's more like literally
it's just like
throwing the guy.
wrestling, just like grabbing the guy and throwing him. So that was the only thing that didn't ring true. But everything else, I thought was really good, fight
Yeah.
scenes.
Yep.
And again, I like the respect that they have that we're martial artists. Doesn't matter if you're Chinese or Japanese, the respect that they have.
Yeah.
And this is also one of those movies that Yasuaki Kurata, which I mentioned before in other movies, he's a Japanese actor who went to Hong Kong in the 70s and made a lot of movies in Hong Kong 70s, 80s, 90s. And because he's Japanese, usually he plays bad guys. In this movie, he plays a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So and I think he's just a really good action star. And one little bit of things, when I first watched this movie, I really wanted to learn the crab style.
No.
You
I
know,
can go like this
but
now.
but it's made up. I just thought the crab style that he did was so cool. So I wish that there was really such a thing as the crab style. But I really like the movie. It's out there. You can get it on streaming services or the DVD. Original title was Heroes of the East,
Yep.
but in the US you might find it as Challenge of the Ninjas. But I give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, I'll give it 2 thumbs up. I enjoyed it, and it's a good movie, and it's got great dynamic between the characters and the husband and wife. Like I said, it's a little bit corny and a little bit overacting a little bit, but you feel for them. You like them. You like everybody's likable, and the respect they show everybody at the end was really it was nice.
So until next time, thank you for watching.
Take care.